Yo, just got out of the shower, fresh face, dry as dry. She dry. But anyway, I wanted to have a little conversation. Y'all want to know what I'm leaving behind in 2022? I know we in 2023, but we really need to talk about this because I'm guilty, okay? I'm leaving behind the you should haves and the because of yous in 2022, right? And really, some of these situations that happened to me happened way before 2022, and I carried it with me into 2023. And what that does is prevent healing and growth, and that's not what we're doing in 2023. So let me tell you what I'm leaving back in 2022 and years before that. The should haves and because of you. Let me explain. You should have been in my event because I invited you way ahead of time, but you was gonna pay these bills? You was gonna pay these mortgages? Huh? I'm leaving the because of yous where it's, girl, so-and-so said because of you that she don't believe in da-da-da-da no more. Hold on. They don't got nothing to do with me. That is not my fault. I'm leaving that back with you, boo. You can take that with you into the previous years that it came from. Because in 2023, we're experiencing growth of all things. I am not responsible for your inability to have a better understanding about life and the things that Dana has to go through. I am not responsible for you not knowing that, baby, Dana ain't rich. Dana gotta work. I can't come to all events because you want me to. All right, so we leaving that behind. I am leaving you behind. And all of your drama. Well, behind. Bye. Nah, but I just want to say to people, like, we got to be more understanding when it comes to life circumstances. Like, yes, you may want your best friend, your family member, whoever to come to your event because this event is very important to you. And yeah, you might have told them way ahead of time, listen, I'm having this thing happen. I need you to slide through for support. But you don't know what's happening in that friend's life. Like, you really don't know. You really don't know. Some people have kids, some people have goals. And in my understanding of life, so for example, like people like me who don't have kids, right? We have goals. So we spend our money on what? Those goals, right? So we're goal oriented. We spending the money on the goals, and then we have to work harder to replace that money because at the end of the day, the mortgage got to be paid. The bills got to be paid. Right? Expenses need to be had. Maintenance of being a woman has to be done. Hair is not expensive, baby. Hair, I'm lying, I'm sorry. I meant to say hair is expensive, okay? Getting my hair done is expensive, that's one. Then the toes and the nails, then the lashes, then the waxing. Just maintenance for me alone is costing me $500-$600. Just maintenance, right? And we have a mortgage. Then we have a car note. Then we have car insurance. So yeah, maybe you probably told your friend, like, look sis, I need you to be here on this day because, baby, I need the support. But once everything is taken care of and things happen in life, or an unexpected bill came up, and if I don't pay that bill, baby, we ain't got no way to live. Guess what? I'm not gonna be able to make it. But can you be the friend that understands, or the family member that understands that it is not personal and against you? Now, granted, if you had planned this event at least a month ahead, 2-3 months ahead, I'm like, all right, A month ahead is kind of cutting it, especially if you're starting a new job and you don't want to seem like that person that just started a job and you talking about, I need a break. You know, we got to be thoughtful. So, baby, we definitely have to be thoughtful. Why is this white thing on my nose? Oh no, honey. So yeah, we as people, like, we gotta be thoughtful. We gotta be better. Especially if you family and you acting crazy because somebody couldn't come to your event. Honey, you was gonna pay the mortgage? Because if you were, I have no problem being there. Leaving that behind, honey. All of the, oh, because of yous. You know what that means to me? That means to me that you have not grown personally in your self-development. Because you can't go to anybody and say, because of her, she the reason why I can't do this. Or I don't believe in this anymore. Or I can't. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like whatever you're saying because of her, it sounds like to me, you haven't done your research. You haven't taken the time to see, okay, I feel a way because she introduced me to this. And now, because I don't have enough information on it, and maybe me and her stop talking, or whatever the case may be, I feel kind of slighted right now. I feel like I was just thrown to the wolves into a situation where I was interested, but now I'm confused. But now I want to ask you, did you do the research for your own self-development? You cannot say because of nobody that you now whatever anymore. That's not cutting it. That's what lazy people do. When they're severely hurt and somebody introduced them to something, and then now it's, oh, because, no, honey, now it's your fault. You were supposed to take that time after being introduced to whatever it was to say, you know what, let me do the research. Let me, you know, if you're following my Don't Do It book, TikTok, you already know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. But that comment, especially from family members, took me years to overcome because I was so hurt. I was so broken. I was like, because of me? Sweetheart, at that time, I was so broken that I was literally trying to save my own life because of me. And it took me so long to let that go and to understand, Dana, it's not you. You can't be the reason that somebody doesn't believe in something no more. That doesn't make sense. Now, maybe at the time, what I was doing was probably too godly. Because let me tell y'all, at that point, I was so broken that I was literally planning the end of my life, right? What do we do when we plan the end of our lives? We go to people that hurt us, right? We say, hey, you hurt me in this situation. I want to say, this is what happened. This is what hurt me. We don't have to be friends, but I just wanted to let you know what I was feeling. That's what I was doing. So everybody that had hurt me or I hurt them, that's what I was doing. Now, I was doing it for the wrong reasons because I was like, yo, if I'm going to do this, I want to go to heaven. Let me make amends with everybody so at least God can say, okay, I give you that you went to everybody, you apologize, and people that you hurt, you apologize too. You feel me? But, girl, I was like, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what I'm trying to do. So, I don't know. I just feel like we need to have more grace with people. Don't let people's actions make you feel as though like you are straying away from something or from God because they might have shown you what you're not, or they might have shown you what you need to be. And I feel like that was another thing that was going on too. Because, girl, when I was approached with this comment, I cried and I cried and I cried. I called my mom and I cried. And I was like, how could somebody say that I'm the reason? But yet, you turned your back on me. I'm venting. This is tea for anybody that wants it. So I guess my lesson in all of this, and to teach whoever is listening, somebody might say that it's your fault that something happened. But at the end of the day, even after you find that information out, let it go. Let it go. For me, I had to reach out to that person. I sent them a DM because I don't have their number anymore. I had to reach out to that person and be like, yo, I kind of stepped away a little bit when somebody had told me how you really felt. But I wanted to let you know that however, in whatever way that I hurt you, I'm sorry. That made you feel that way. You know? But at the end of the day, it's not my fault because you should have done the research. If you were that confused, you should have done the research. You should have done the research. So we're letting that go in 2023. Mind you, let me tell you how long I've been holding on to this for. We're in 2023. This happened. When did I leave the military? I left the military in 2015. By the time I left the military, we were not talking anymore. So think about it. We're in 2023. That's 8 years I've been holding on to this. No. Today, I manifest my freedom from that thought, that blame, that guilt of holding on to that comment that family member had told me. That brought me right back into depression. I am not responsible. I am strong. I am a good believer in Christ. And at the end of the day, I did my best. I did my best. I was a good friend. I did my best. It is not my fault. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It is not my fault. Bye, y'all. Oh, by the way, make sure you go ahead and get my book, girl. If you are struggling with the same things that I struggle with the you should have and it's your fault, girl, go ahead and get my book. All right, it's called The Black Girl Self-Help Guide to Suicide Prevention. It is on Amazon. I'm gonna put it in the link down below. But go ahead and get my book, sis. It'll help you. From what my readers have told me, you don't have to be black to read it. I just wrote it based off of what I went through, but you don't have to be black to read it. It is a suicide prevention book/journal, so you have to do the prompts. You have to be intentional about your healing every day because every day is a struggle. And yeah. Bye, y'all.